Oh my goodness, do you remember this guy? Yes, that was very important. That shirt came from one of you guys who gave it to me. Anyway, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas by the time you get to see this. It's been a wonderful time between now and then, and so many memories. We had Christmas here at our house last year. It was just a wonderful time to see you and get the family together. I want to talk to you about gifts. And gifts are important because I'm sure you can't wait to open the gifts that are under the tree. And of course, I did tell you probably, not in detail, but there was a part of when I was very young, a few years back. Next week, according to where I'm at now, I'll be 85. 85, and I'm alive, and I'm kicking. Anyway, that part as a youngster was separated from Christmas to Santa Claus that came on his birthday, and the Dutch Santa Claus had a birthday on December the 5th. I hope that you understand who he is. He was a man, a bishop, and he could do wonders. In the Dutch Sinterklaas, St. Nicholas, Sinterklaas, he came from Spain, and that's a tradition that has been going on for like some 700 years. And he arrives by steamboat from Spain, Spanje, and he and his helper Zwarte Piet, they would come and ride on a white horse, and Zwarte Piet had a bag on his back, and he would, if you had not been good, he might take the children back to Spain, but they have already eliminated it. Today, with the Dutch heritage, they don't do that anymore, nor is there a Zwarte Piet. Anyway, Zwarte Piet came from Moorland, that is from the Moorish area, and the Spain country is where Sinterklaas was a bishop. And we always sang a week before because we knew that Santa Claus was coming by boat, and we said, zie ginds komt de stoomboot uit Spanje weer aan. Ik kan hem al zien, ik kan hem zien staan. Hoe waait de wimpel al heen en weer. Daar komt Sint-Nicolaas, hij komt nog maar één keer. So, toen, then, when I was the little boy, that we put our shoes for a week before or so, or 10 days, in front of our fireplace, and then we left a carrot and some cookies for Santa Claus, a carrot for the horse, and then Santa Claus would drop us off little presents, tiny little presents. And so Santa Claus was amazing. He would bring us gifts, and on his birthday, as a family, we would open those gifts. And we sent around, and we had rhymes for each one that came out of the bag. And so we would get not only sometimes a sweater or shoes or maybe a pair of socks, but also little gifts like a little train or parts for the train set. Or one time I got a Schuko car, and I believe that came from Switzerland and was made there, and it was a little convertible. It opened the top up, could turn the steering wheel, and the front wheels would turn. It was just wonderful. Anyway, we would still more songs we would sing in the meantime, and we would have candy and pepper nuts on December the 5th, and we would sing, for instance, Sinterklaas kapoentje, gooi wat in mijn schoentje, gooi wat in mijn laarsje. Dank u Sinterklaasje. So, it was just a wonderful time that we had, but it was separated from Christmas. St. Nicholas was a fest that is still being held by about 60% of the people. An amazing story too is that during when Martin Luther and we became Reformed, it was outlawed because he was a Catholic priest. He had the cross on his hat, but still underground Sinterklaas were being what we call it, celebrated, and so on. But what happens, then the next thing is Christmas, and the real Christmas, and we have had a lot of gifts, but these are all for each person. And now we have gifts a whole different way from Christmas. So now, after having celebrated in early December, the 5th, St. Nicholas, now we come to Christmas. And in our family, and most families in Holland, people would celebrate this as a religious holiday, and that was the birth of Jesus. And how we did that, we had a Christmas tree in our back room, and we had live candles in there, burning candles. Very kind of dangerous, but we had a fireplace going and the live candles, and we were located close to the back windows where we could open it up, and even having to throw it out. My dad might have to do that, but it never caught fire. Luckily, we were very careful that everybody kept an eye on that. And we would sing around the organ, that a little pump organ that my father played, and he played the music from claverscribo, which is a different form of music. Instead of having the line this way, he had them upside down, and it showed the keys and whatever. I learned to play that too. Anyway, Father would sit around the Christmas tree and tell us the Christmas story about the real gift that was given to the earth by Jesus being born. And when he was born, there was a favorite song that Jesus used to like, and it was Mary Had a Little Lamb. Oh, even my cameraman wasn't laughing, so he didn't get that. Mary had a little lamb. Because when Jesus was born, that was the time that everything stopped being just only in the Jewish religion, that they had to sacrifice an animal, and usually a little lamb, that for their sins it was forgiven. And Jesus died on the cross. He was the little lamb that died, and died for us all. He was blameless. He never sinned. He was Joseph and Mary's, and he was the carpenter's son. He did some carpentry, and in 3 years' time, he just got his disciples to be with him and starting to heal people, not only just to heal physically, but mentally, to believe in him, that if they believed in him and gave all their sins to him, he would accept it, and if you believed in him, you would go to heaven. And that was Father's story, beautiful story, and sometimes it snowed through the window in the back on that day. It was just a beautiful sight. And so as far as gifts, that was the greatest gift anyone could have given us. That was Jesus to die for us on the cross. He went to heaven to be with his Father and prepare a room for us. So when we go and leave here, we don't have to worry about we leave just a body behind, but our spirit went to heaven. And in the meantime, if you have any problems at any time that you can't live with, give it to the Lord. He can accept it. And that always will it be a great time. There will be hard times as well. But he can accept it. He knows the right thing to do. It's just a wonderful thing to be able to tell you. And I hope that you can believe in Jesus as well as I do. And I know where I've been. I know where I'm at right now. And I know where I'll be going. And I'll be so happy to one day see us all together, even after this Christmas, to be with us all together in heaven. Even our puppies will be there, has been told. So I love you. Thank you so much. And merry ho, ho, ho. Sinterklaas kapoentje, gooi wat in mijn schoentje, gooi wat in mijn laarsje. Dank u Sinterklaasje.